So I had heard a lot about heat pump systems, how they wouldn't work in the cold. And I had bought a Mr. Cool. Well, the sun is shining, but it is negative 18 degrees this morning. The heater went out, so we're about 38 maybe. Perfectly frozen winterland out there. Just pumping out some good heat. We'll go check the master bath area. Oh boy, so the temperature bounced around all the time. First it was probably -2, and then it was -5, and then it was -4, and then it was -8, and then it was all over the place. At one point I said -14. Last time I went to bed it said -12. Yep, we're still about 40. Woke up this morning and it was -18. Super cold. Yeah, I see we got frost in there too. Pretty crazy. I don't think in my lifetime it has ever been this cold. Brr. Time for some coffee. So ready to go do this?
No.
What's temperature?
They lied. It was, what, -19? We got up. I think it's -17 now.
Something like that.
You didn't even hear me.
Yep.
They lied. Look at our handle.
We're all frosty. But gotta go do the chickens.
Yes. It's very cold. Oh, look, it's frosted on the inside, too.
I know.
Right there.
Hey, letting cold air in.
I'm sorry.
Letting -18 air in.
So quiet.
Yeah.
Except for that. So we're supposed to get another, what, 3 to 5 inches of snow?
Yep, tonight. So we got the sun out now.
Oh, look at those sparkles. I'm not putting my arms down.
Go get her, dogs.
No! No!
Baby's like, oh, you cleared a spot for me.
I know.
Yeah, if it's good enough for all those deer to cross, I think we're fine. So we've done some exploring on the other side of the creek today.
Yep.
Yep.
It's really fun.
Pretty cool. These huge sycamore trees. That one's got like a rope swing in it or something we found a while back. See right there dangling. So they say it's about at least 3 inches thick. The ice, 3 or 4 inches thick right now.
Yeah, probably. It's pretty thick. Woo!
Yep.
Turns out it's getting really hot.
Yeah. It's getting hot and it's only 2 degrees.
I know.
That thing has been there for a very long time. I don't know if you can see up there, but it's been wrapped around that branch. The branch has grown around it.
I think this is where your feet go.
Yep. Not quite sure what they swung out into because we walked this part over the summer and it really wasn't that deep. I guess you could get up there on the bank and get a pretty good swing.
Hope this works.
Oh, this is a bad idea.
Have the second thought.
Yeah. Gotta get this on film so we can have a fails video.
Seriously? I'm actually gonna get lower.
So you're gonna swing out, you're gonna swing right back into the embankment.
Whatever.
So it's gonna happen. Hang on tight, don't let go. Even if you hit things, you gotta hang on to it.
I don't know what to do.
Just lean out and go. It's like snowboarding.
This is what I
Hang on
learned.
tight, really tight. Don't fall off.
I'm having second thoughts.
You don't have to do it. If you do it, just make sure you're hanging on really tight. It's not going anywhere, honey. You're only like 60 pounds. Okay.
Let's go. Ah, my foot! My foot!
Yep, hang on tight.
And that wasn't so bad. Oh my. It's not that bad!
Told you you're gonna swing right back into the embankment. Goofball.
See? Oh my gosh! That's actually really sturdy. That was far.
Yep.
How is this working?
Way to go.
I have to put in my gloves now. We should probably go get Mama and Sydney. I bet they love this.
All you gotta do is just fall off. Don't jump, just fall that way. Both hands on. Just fall over. There you go. Yep.
Hi.
Yeah, country girl, come on.
I haven't done this in like a really long time.
What? When I first did it, I was terrified, so I had to move down a little bit.
Let's go. Swing.
I'm getting there. Push. Oh my god. I didn't hear that right. There you go.
Came back from our walk and the solar panels are almost 100% snow free. So I left, we were pulling in about 5 kilowatts again, and I'm sure that we are 100% full by now. So we're supposed to go another, what, 3 inches, 5 inches tonight, something like that.
Yeah.
So leave that pole up there a little bit longer in case I need to sweep it off again in the morning. But they're almost, you know, it's nice that they're black because they absorb the heat and they melt the snow faster. So that top level was almost fully covered this morning. Isn't that right, Betty Boo? Yes, Betty Boo Burr. So I had heard a lot about heat pump systems, how they wouldn't work in the cold. And I had bought a Mr. Cool one. And the only problem I had with it going, it's 8 degrees right now. It had a little bit of ice down the bottom that kept that top one from spinning. So knocked that off and it fired right up. And it's gonna be a drop ceiling, that's why this one's hanging down. But it's pushing out hot air. So 8 degrees and the heat pump seems to be working. So we're on 100% off-grid solar power, and so our plan, I think I mentioned this before, is that as long as the sun's out, we'll run the system. Otherwise, we'll rely on like the pellet stove, things like that, and the radiant heat during the evenings. But if the sun's out, we'll turn that sucker on. Otherwise, if I ran it all night long, it would probably drain the batteries a little too fast, because it's pulling about 2 kilowatts, a little over 2 kilowatts with everything else. So the system itself, if I had everything on, it would be pulling about 2 kilowatts. And having that run all night would be, probably would drain the batteries pretty darn quick, I would think. We could get through one night doing it, I bet, but probably not 2. Anyways, glad that works. So we got a few more inches of snow last night. I think we're up to, I don't know how many inches we've gotten so far, but we'll go out later and do some more playing in the snow. Haven't done much inside at all. We've just been hanging out and playing in the snow and taking care of the animals, but beyond that, really nothing's been done inside the house for this whole week, so which is not good. But it's supposed to get warm this coming weekend. It's Wednesday today, so by Saturday it's gonna be back up into the 40s and 50s. Well, I did have one thought, because I've just been walking around looking at stuff, trying to get ideas. So getting heat from the fireplace back to that back bedroom. Once the drywall is on, it's gonna keep the heat up in this area. So even though right now, way in the back, it's 50 degrees, up here, you know, it'll be warmer, but when with the drywall on, it's gonna block that heat. So I had a thought about taking ductwork and wrapping it around this, because this, you know, gets pretty toasty, and so all this heat is radiating off this pipe here, that if I came out and over and back with like a I'm gonna make this 24 inches up here, I think is what I figured out the chimney height would be. So I'm gonna hang back about 1.5 inches and then go over, I'm pretty sure it was 18 inches, something like that, but put a piece of rigid ductwork in here. So it'll be open on the bottom. This will be completely cased in, and then as it runs up to the top, I'll put a cap on the top and then have a vent take off on the side. And so when a little fan kicks on, it will suck air up this tube around all this heat. So when the fireplace is built, when the mantle and everything is built down here, it will suck air in around it, up this tube, which is warm, take all that warm air, and then hopefully push it to the back bedroom area. So one thing I could also do is actually take that pipe and stick it right into the side of one of these return air grills. And so if I did that, it wouldn't need this one, because this one does the living room area, but this side does the girls' bedrooms, and then comes out this vent too. So I could pipe it into the side of this duct, and then I could run it all the way down and pipe it into the side of our duct for the back bedroom. And that way when the fan kicks on, hope it would pull some air through. I don't know how much it would pull, though. It almost needs to have its own separate fan, but that's an idea to get some extra heat to this back area. So that front one was about 51, 52 degrees. So I'll go check my thermostat that I've got way back here, or my thermometer. Yeah, see in the back we're only, what would that be, 5 degrees less or so. So it's been keeping up. This is the coldest it has been in a long time for a lot of people, and so far I'm pretty happy that, you know, even with the pellet stove on low and not having any extra heaters going, that it's stayed above 40 and above freezing the whole time. So maybe today we'll actually get some work done, but I'm gonna go out and check on my poor bees, maybe give them some more food, and probably go down and play on that swing we found this more. I'm gonna venture outside here for a bit, see how much snow we got. About 7.5 inches. So, been a pretty good snowfall. We usually don't get snow like this. It's been nice. I mean, it sucked, but it's been nice for the girls. Get out and play, and we got to play a little bit. Got nice big flakes coming down right now. We're gonna walk down and check the bees and probably give them some food here in a while. Well, here's our poor bees. Here's another example of how much snow we've gotten in the last couple of days. So I put these boxes on them, hoping I give them a little bit of extra insulation. So super cold, got down to -18. So hopefully some of these bees are still alive. They're not going to move much today, but a couple days we'll be back up to 40 and 50. So.
Hi, Bubby. You having fun in the snow? Are you? You having fun in the snow?
Like a ragamuffin.
Asher, no!
Did you break it? It wasn't up earlier.
Looks like there's about 3 inches of snow on the panels from last night. So went ahead and got them all scraped off, and I need just about another foot or a 2-foot extension or so on my pole, and I can get all the way up to the top of that first 2 rows there, first 2 arrays. And the top one I can't do anything about. Well, now that the snow is melting, this is coming from the south side. There's water running down in here because it's catching the south sun. There's nothing coming in that side at all. So if I didn't have these equalized right now, this tank would be filling up and that one would not. And eventually what would happen is they'd be different weights, different levels. So having them connected like that through this pipe is keeping them the same in either one, but this one has got the amount of water coming in there from the snow melt. So we haven't, we've been using the rainwater now for a week, 2 weeks maybe, and haven't. We drank a little bit of it, and we tested the pH, and the pH is around 5. And I think your typical city water red is closer to around 6 to 7. But beyond that, everything seems to be fine. I don't mind the taste of it, but we want to get it tested first before we start drinking it on a regular basis. But for doing dishes, showers, water for the animals, things like that, we've been using it pretty frequently to do those things with. Just haven't started really drinking it. I put it in my coffee. Things that we're boiling it or getting it really hot with works out fine. But just not drinking it straight yet.
Dad's turn. Your boot's full of snow.
So like I said, it's a new stretching video. Natalie on ice.